Inside Entertainment TV. We're taking you across the pond with the music of British rock group Band of Skulls.
Eat like royalty with some of Darren McGrady's delicious food.
Learn why diamonds are a girl's best friend with Lisa Nick's jewelry.
And travel through time and into the epic world of X-Men Days of Future Past.
From deep in the heart of Texas, this is Inside Entertainment TV. Welcome to another episode of Inside Entertainment. I'm Bree Crum.
And I'm Paul Selfin, coming to you from Timothy Olton, where English tradition combines with modern luxury to create some beautiful furniture.
Absolutely. A lot of these pieces uses salvaged wood, and there are a ton of detail. Let's take a look at this British store in Dallas, Texas.
The idea was to create something amazing and to give pleasure to people.
You're not going to walk into any other furniture gallery on the globe and have the experience that you have with us. It's extremely fun, it's very tongue-in-cheek, it's very rock and roll. Our furniture is so beautiful and it's all handcrafted, handmade, and we can have a great time with every client that walks through the door.
It's a catalyst, this rock and roll kind of atmosphere. There's craftsmanship behind it. You have to experience it. It's a brand that has no boundaries, and we're just starting.
We're taking over the globe, one day at a time, one city at a time. You're going to see us everywhere.
They make it so easy for us to add a simple touch of English class to any home. In fact, England has brought us many imports, including Downton Abbey,
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
yes, and James Bond.
And now the British are invading Inside Entertainment. You know, one of my favorite British imports, speaking of that, it's the Beatles. They're one of my favorite bands of all time.
Absolutely, and we had a chance to sit down with another British rock trio, the Band of Skulls, here at the Granada Theatre.
And they're one of my favorite new bands coming up, so we got to chill out with them right before they hit the stage at the Granada Theatre. All right, we're back at the historic Granada Theatre with the one and only Band of Skulls. Thank you guys so much for being with us.
Thanks for having us back, yeah. Happy to be back.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen you guys right here at the Granada, actually. A nice, hot and sweaty, sold-out show. We got another one tonight.
Yeah, it's funny. We talk about the show quite a lot, actually. It was a great, it was St. Patrick's Day. It was a sea of green mayhem last time we were here.
But how do you distinguish the shows? Because you play so many places and this is not your home turf, so do places just kind of become your own after you go there a couple of times?
Yeah, it's normally something like that happened on that particular day that triggers a memory. But this one has just been, like Russell says, we talk about this one all the time. So we're very excited. It seems a lot calmer here than it was the last time. Last time we turned up and everyone was slamming on our bus as we were driving along. It was quite exciting.
Good. Well, the new album Himalayan is fantastic, and we're so happy that you guys have it out there. And each album has been a little bit different and very, very cool. What would you say is the most different thing about this one? What inspired you maybe that was different?
It's all related, really. I think our second album was us trying to broaden our sonic palette, really, and not to be typecast into one thing. Our first record was what it was, and we wanted to make sure people knew we were more than just that. So we just opened lots of doors. And this record, we just had a lot of fun. It was a really enjoyable session, and it was relatively natural, and this record was just us being ourselves and just having no rules and writing lots of songs that were quite streamlined and had all of the elements of our band all kind of in a neat package.
Well, they put on a great show.
They're one of my favorite bands to see live.
And coming up next, we have some fun with some British food.
You miss me? I miss all of y'all.
Hey! Hey!
I can do it the way you like. I can do it the way you need.
The world has changed. Tastes have changed. Maybe luxury vacations could use an update as well. That's modern luxury. Celebrity Cruises.
Serving up a bad batch, too much bacon on it, bacon on it, bacon on it. Assalamu on it. Got it, lost it, got it, spent it, got it now. Back to ballin', 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 ballin'.
Welcome back to Inside Entertainment. Okay, so sticking with our British theme, I want to play a fun game with Paul, my co-host here, called British Cake or British Fake.
All right.
The British are known for their food names, their different foods, and I want to see if you think it's real or not real.
Okay.
Ready to play?
Let's do it,
British
yeah.
Fake or British Cake? Okay, first one, bangers and mash.
British cake, that's for real. I love the good sausage and potatoes mix.
Okay, good to know. Bird's nest soup.
British fake.
You're right. It's actually Chinese soup, so good job. Okay, pickled beet stew.
That sounds awful. Let's see, how about British cake?
British fake.
Oh.
Completely made up.
Good.
All right, toad in the hole.
Toad in the hole, let's see, British cake.
You're right, it's real. It's a real British dish. Mashed potatoes, sausages, yummy. Bubble and squeak.
I'm gonna say British fake.
British cake. It's real. It's actually potatoes and cabbage. Yummy.
Sounds good.
So what did you learn about this?
I learned a lot, actually. It looks like I need to go to England.
The food is delicious there. They love their sausage and potatoes. Someone who knows a thing or two about cooking is Chef Darren McGrady. He's pretty much cooked for every single person in the royal family, and now he's going to be cooking with moi in the kitchen here at the London Cafe at Timothy Oulton. We sat down with him to learn all of the tricks and trades of his cooking skills and had a great time. Check it out. This segment is brought to you by Oberto. Well, I am honored to be here today with Darren McGrady, the royal chef, former chef to Princess Diana and the Queen, and the boys, of course. Thank you for being here today.
It's nice to be here, in a British kitchen as well.
I know, we're in the London Cafe in Timothy Oulton. It's perfect. Okay, so we have a lot to do today. What are we starting with?
Well, we want to do a quintessentially British afternoon tea, and we can't do that without scones. I cook scones every day for 3 years for the Queen and the royal family. So we're going to start off with those. Okay. So I've got some flour, I've got some baking powder, sugar and butter. I'm going to add those first into my bowl.
Okay, so I find this really interesting. You're just using your hands to mix it.
Yeah, this is a technique called the rubbing in method, and what I'm doing is I'm lifting, so when I lift the flour, I'm actually aerating the mix.
Well, Darren, I decided to bring my co-host Paul here because he loves to eat and he needs to learn a few things about cooking. So you're the perfect person to teach him that.
We've got a quintessentially British afternoon tea for you today. Have you had afternoon tea before?
I have, except that's something I would screw up as well.
Well, so tell us what you have here. This is our whole spread, and I'm excited about this part.
So we've just made the scones. They're still warm from the oven, and that's the best way to eat them. We can have them with clotted cream and strawberries like we are going to.
Yum!
And then we have 3 types of sandwiches here. We have the egg ones, the cucumber, because the Queen loves cucumber sandwiches. And then we have some smoked chicken ones, some little canapes there as well, the corn pancakes with a jalapeno cream cheese, and some Scottish shortbread, which I used to make at Balmoral Castle for the Queen.
Yum, bon appetit.
The scones are so easy to make. It's just all those ingredients, throw them in a bowl, stir them all together, and then they just go in the oven.
Oh my gosh, you guys at home need to try this for sure. So as well as cooking for the presidents, you also cooked for Prince Harry and Prince William. Was it hard to get them to eat their vegetables?
You know, they had the nanny upstairs in the nursery and she was terrible. She was a nightmare and she insisted that the boys ate all their vegetables. And then Princess Diana was in the other room saying no, if they just want to eat the fried chicken and those sort of foods, then they could have those, and the loaded potato skins. So I had the two of them fighting off against each other. Let's do a toast to the Queen.
Absolutely.
To the Queen.
To the Queen. And thank you for being with us, Darren.
Thank you. Thank you.
Coming up next, we're going to show you some of Lisa Nick's beautiful jewelry.
Pamper the special man in your life with a gift card from the Boardroom Salon for Men. Give the gift of confidence, the Boardroom Salon for Men.
You miss me? I miss all of y'all.
Hey! Hey! I can see it the way you like. I can do it the way you need.
The world has changed. Tastes have changed. Maybe luxury vacations could use an update as well. That's modern luxury. Celebrity Cruises.
British born film icon Elizabeth Taylor once said, "Big girls need big diamonds."
I'm pretty sure she was speaking on behalf of all women with that quote. I had a chance to sit down with Lisa Nick to discuss her beautiful diamonds and all of her accessories. We had a chance to look over everything she's doing this season and to talk about the huge celebrities that have worn all her pieces from Bach+Dorf's. This segment is brought to you by Bach+Dorf's. I'm here with jewelry designer Lisa Nick here in Dallas, Texas. We are at Bach+Dorf's, and thank you for joining us today. So how has your career grown over the past 5 years?
Well, it was an interesting time to start with a new collection. I think people were looking for something new to find and search for that nobody else had.
What influences your collection?
You know, I feel that the gemstone drives my design aesthetic because it's always, to me, about really showcasing its beauty and attributes and color. So oftentimes customers will say to me that they appreciate that my jewelry is all about the gemstone, and then everything else is timeless and really simple and classically styled so that they can wear it without conflicting or competing with other jewelry.
Right, I mean that definitely differentiates your line from the others.
Well, even look at with what you're wearing today, this gorgeous contrast of the dark blue and then how this lavender amethyst picks up all the different colors of of the bottom half of what you're wearing. That's the whole idea about the collection, is mixing it in.
So you had mentioned the celebrities before that had worn your pieces. Is this some of it right here?
Yes. For example, this necklace in black onyx with diamonds was worn by Sharon Lawrence to the SAG Awards this year.
And I hear this piece is this what Jenny McCarthy wore?
Yes, for the ball dropping in Times Square. She wore actually one of the necklaces like the one you have on, layered with a classical diamond chain worn long. This is from our Sparkle collection.
For the viewers out there, remember Lisa Nick here at Bach+Dorf's. She's in 3 exclusive locations, right, and in Dallas. And I think it's so cool that you can actually purchase these pieces that the celebrities have worn. And so you too can wear what Jenny McCarthy wore and all the other celebrities. So thank you, I appreciate it. Lisa's jewelry is gorgeous, perfect for any special occasion, including a wedding. Nardo Sandman has some beautiful couture gowns, perfect for any bride walking down the aisle.
We had front row to this amazing bridal show, so say I do to Nardo Sandman.
believes in the beauty of individual women. She loves all sizes, she loves all colors, she loves everything. She gets joy out of making women feel beautiful. We all are different creatures as women, and I have no doubt that you'll see that in the diversity of her pieces that she's showing today. I asked her why she loved design so much. She said, "It's music to my eyes."
Coming up next, we take you behind the scenes for X-Men Days of Future Past.
Having trouble figuring out what to do with your family this weekend? Run, don't walk to Spa Castle. From our exclusive spa suites to our beauty treatments and our pool lounges, Spa Castle offers something for everyone in your family.
Wait, where's Tommy? Oh yeah.
Even Tommy. Spa Castle, where family fun and relaxation meet.
The world has changed. Tastes have changed. Maybe luxury vacations could use an update as well. That's modern luxury. Celebrity Cruises.
Miss me? I miss all of y'all.
I can see it the way you like. I can do it the way you want. My motorcycle. You got a license. You got the right to.
James McAvoy, Patrick Stewart, and Michael Fassbender, just three of the big names that are in X-Men Days of Future Past, and they all happen to be born across the pond.
Well, and a huge theme of the movie is time travel.
That's right.
So, Paul, if you were to go back in time, when and where would you go?
I would say in the early 60s, maybe 1962, Liverpool, England. The Beatles played maybe close to 300 shows at the Cavern Club before they got famous.
Okay, that's interesting. That sounds like fun.
What about you?
You know what, in my head, I was thinking about 20 years ago, just sitting on the beach in Cabo, but you actually made me think of something else. I would love to go back to the 70s at a music festival, just chilling, watching some music.
Good. Well, I spoke to the cast of X-Men to find out exactly when and where they would go back in time, as well as what kind of superhero power they would have if they could have one.
This celebrity segment is brought to you by Cadillac.
Do you feel a lot of pressure working on these films, or do you feel like, no, we
No,
got this?
absolutely. Because I'm more of a purist. I like to stick to the comics. In our previous movies, not everybody agreed with me, and then I would stress about the fans, that we weren't delivering to the fans. You have to make it a wider universe. You have to assume that nobody's read a comic book, because half of our audience has, more than half, 2/3 of our audience has not read a comic book. So you have to open up that movie, but you want to make sure that you deliver to the fans what they're looking for.
Absolutely. So what do you suppose was your favorite moment on the set that you think will always stay with you, or something that you knew that was going to happen?
My favorite was the Charles and Charles scene, which was, ironically, it was James's first day. Because the way the movie was scheduled, we shot the entire future section first. So that was a month of shooting with the future cast, and then it overlapped one day for James, and he came in and did that scene. And it was just so powerful to see the two of them in the same frame, and that was probably a moment that I won't forget.
But I think there's a theme in the X-Men that people really identify with. Is there something that you guys identify with?
Yeah, I think it's definitely that thing. It's people who feel different, who are scared to reveal that they are different, closeted people. It's what makes the superheroes in this movie actually quite human and contactable. Contactable?
Like you can contact them?
Yeah.
If you want.
Is contactable a real word?
No.
Thanks.
I don't know.
Let's,
contactable.
Can we check that out? Thanks very much. Cheers. So, yeah, it's what makes them actually quite sort of relatable.
Yeah. We have an empathy towards them.
Empathatable?
Empathatable.
Empathatable.
Or contactable.
Contactable.
Contactable, empathetical. No, contactable empathy.
Sympathempathy.
We'll use that. Yeah.
So if you had a superpower, what do you suppose it would be?
What?
Power of speech.
Yeah, I totally screwed.
Vocabularious.
Vocabulation.
Well, we're so excited to see you as Wolverine again, and you've played Wolverine more than any other person has played any superhero. What is it about the character that's so compelling?
The movies are fun, and there's always incredible action, and Wolverine's kind of a very cool sort of character. He has a line here and there, quips, but all of these characters in the movies themselves actually have a deeper underlying themes that have something to say, and I think and all of them are actually very flawed characters.
Time travel, if you could do that, where and when would you be?
I would love to go back to a time where I was around, like the 80s. It'd be great. I love what my character gets to do, which is go back to the younger self with the knowledge and wisdom of their older self, you know? Wouldn't all of us love to do that?
Yeah. Well, sadly, we don't have superpowers, but if you had one, what do you think it would be?
Oh man, flying.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Watch an eagle fly by, which that makes me jealous. No, yeah, flying would be really cool.
Yeah, well, and time travel is a pretty cool theme of this thing.
The time travel would freak me out, though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'd like to go back maybe right before this interview and have smarter answers to your questions. But that's about the extent of my time travel, because that stuff gets the whole, like, stepping on a butterfly, changing the course of the entire universe is like, that's too much pressure.
Yeah.
So many battles waged over the years, and yet none of them like this. Are we destined to destroy each other? Or can we change who we are and unite? Is the future truly set? X-Men: Days of Future Past.
Coming up next, we give someone special the chance to hit the red carpet for The Fault in Our Stars.
Serving up a bad batch, too much bacon on it. Bacon on it, bacon on it. Assalamu alaikum on it. Got it, lost it, got it, spent it, got it. Now I'm back to ballin', 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 ballin'.
Whoa. Hey, Wale, you gotta try these.
The world has changed. Tastes have changed. Maybe luxury vacations could use an update as well. That's modern luxury. Celebrity Cruises.
You miss me? I miss all of y'all.
I can see it the way you like. I can do it the way you want. My motorcycle. You got a license. That don't make
me. Next week, we're sitting down with the cast of The Fault in Our Stars.
And just like the characters in the movie, our own special correspondent, Stacey Gibson, has been going through her own personal battles and has turned out to be a real-life inspiration.
This amazing woman hit the red carpet for a night she'll never forget.
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. I'm so happy that you get to do this.
I am so excited. Thank you for
Good.
having me.
There you go.
Hi, this is Stacey. We're live on the red carpet. I am so excited to be here. The stars are almost here. They're walking down the red carpet as we speak. John, how are you? I'm Stacey Gibson.
Hey, it's nice
with
to meet you.
Inside Entertainment. I'm actually hosting, guest hosting, because I'm a terminal cancer patient.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I've been fighting for 12 years. This is my 3rd cancer.
12 years?
Yes. I beat Hodgkin's lymphoma, and now I've been fighting breast cancer for the last 4.5 years.
Wow.
So I genuinely want to tell my story and testimony, and if that can help, just one person, then I feel like,
Yeah, no, I think that's tremendously important, and I think the power of telling your story, not just for the people who it will affect, but also for you, is very, very important. I think it's really important. I think it's like an act of witness, and an act of testimony, which in some ways is the most important thing that people do generally. So I think that's wonderful, and I wish you the best of luck with it.
Just wanted to know kind of how you prepared for your role as a cancer patient.
I really wanted to pay justice to the book in the sense that cancer doesn't define a person. It's just part of the process, as I'm sure you know. And so for me, it wasn't about playing a cancer patient. It was about playing a normal 16-year-old who is going through very normal 16-year-old things with the the oxygen tank sort of just as a prop by her side.
And I just wanted to ask you, how did you prepare for this role to be a cancer patient?
Well, I mean, most importantly, it was just drawing from the book and because I didn't want to make the character about the cancer, you know what I mean? I'm sure or just more of he's a person. His cancer isn't him. It's like I look at you and I don't know that you have terminal cancer. I would never know unless you told me. So I wanted to make Augustus the same way. So he's just a normal kid. He's exactly how he's described in the book. And then what I really wanted to do, I spent time with kids who were going through cancer, and all I realized was that they had tremendous confidence. They didn't really that often talk about their disease. They were just normal kids who happened to be dealing with something on the side, and obviously, and that's something I really wanted to stay true to. Just the way that John had written it, but also the way that that I was experiencing it from the firsthand from real kids that I had met.
Right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Was this the dream come true that you thought?
Yes, this was amazing. This was so much fun, and thank you guys so much for having me, and it was so special.
Yeah, thank you. Great job.
Thank you so much.
Stacey is such an incredible woman.
She is, and I'm so glad I got to be there to see her dreams come true. So be sure to tune in next week because we're going to talk to the cast as well as the author of the book to find out a little bit more about the film.
Thank you for joining us. And as William Shakespeare always said, partying is such sweet sorrow.
Until next week, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Earlier, we gave you an insider look into the British rock group Band of Skulls.
And now we're going to leave you with something special from the trio.
See you next week.